Assalamu alaikum all viewers and dear students. Today we are proceeding to the next MCQs on the hyperbola and ellipse. It means that we are discussed in the conic section. So question number 51. The lines are dash called asymptotes of the hyperbola x square divided by a square minus y square divided by b square is equal to 1. So from here we conclude that the hyperbola is transverse axis. So transverse axis the hyperbola we are making here. So these are the directrix line. X is equal to plus minus a divided by e, and here x is equal to a divided by e. So and the hyperbola is along transverse axis, and the transverse axis, so the hyperbola is along x-axis, just like in parabola. If we are comparing with this equation, for example, y is equal to 4x, from here we conclude that the parabola is making along x-axis or horizontal axis. Here x square divided by a square is along transverse axis, so we conclude that here A or C option are correct, but here y is equal to plus minus a divided by x, transverse axis are making, so A values must be in the denominator, so option C is here the correct option. Y is equal to plus minus b divided by ax. If the hyperbola is here, a is here, so we are taking here x is equal to b divided by y. In this situation, the correct answer is D if we change this value. So here the transverse axis is along x-axis. So from here we conclude that, so these are two options are correct. We choose one of them is correct. So here x square divided by a square, a value must be in the denominator, but here is in the numerator is, so this is also wrong, and this is also wrong, and this is also wrong, and C is the correct option here. Now the directrix of the hyperbola, so hyperbola is making conjugate parabola is making here, so in this situation, look here, we are taking the value of directrix is required, and directrix we means that we take the y values, so y is directrix, y is equal to b divided by e plus y is equal to b divided by e, and this is minus, here is minus, this value is positive. So it means that here y values this option or this option is correct. So this option is not correct because here is c divided by a, but here we are required a b divided by e. Or and this option is correct because here we can know that, and c square, if we put here c square c, say in the FUSI c is in the FUSI we discuss a divided ae, c is equal to ae. If we put here, so we get here a divided by a. So in this situation, if we are making here a and a divided by e, so because y axis are making, so the vertices are along b is equal to a. So and here we put here a divided by e square, So E and A cancel, we get here A divided by E. We require this result. So it means that this result is correct answer. The lines are called asymptotes of the hyperbola. Y square divided by A square minus X square divided by B square is equal to 1. So the hyperbola is making and conjugate x's, and conjugate x's, look here, here A and B are the points and C and D are the points, and these are the directrix line are making. So conjugate x's and asymptotes if all lines are making, asymptotes are these line are making, and this types, these lines are called asymptotes lines, which touch the points of the oppositive and they are cross to each other. So asymptotes along y-axis. So it means that this is along y-axis, and this one is also along y-axis, and here is x-axis and here is axis, but we are required along conjugate axis. So it means that here the value of B will be in the denominator, and along conjugate axis we are using the A value in the denominator. So option D is here the correct option. Asymptotes are, these are the asymptotes line of the hyperbola, are very helpful in the graphing of not parabola, not circle, and hyperbola. Just we are required asymptotes in the hyperbola case and not also in the case of ellipse. Just in hyperbola, asymptotes are very helpful in the graphing of hyperbola. Transverse axis of the hyperbola, x square divided by a square minus y square divided by b square is equal to 1. So transverse axis, then we put y is equal to 0. So the transverse axis of the hyperbola we have already discussed before. Transverse axis of the, these are the focus, and focus is 0 and minus C. A and B are the unipoints A and B, and here C and D. Here the directrix line x is equal to A divided by E, and here is directrix line x is equal to minus A divided by E. So these are the vertex. Now transverse axis, it means that these are the transverse axis. So we put here the y values, we get put 0. So here C value, C option is the correct option. And similarly here the conjugate axis is required. It means that the hyperbola is making along y-axis are making f0 and minus c, and here f0 and c, these are the focus. Here A and B and C and D are any points. So these are the directrix line, y is equal to B divided by E, and here directrix line y is equal to minus B divided by E. But the conjugate axis is required, axis. So in conjugate of axis, it means that here this line is, this is the x and x axis horizontal line, then we put x is equal to 0. So option here, option X. Of translation of x's, which statement is correct? So in case of translation is required. So in translation, x is equal to cos theta and minus y sine theta actually we are using, and case of translation of x is, so option, and here x is equal to x minus h, so this is not correct, and x plus x, this is also not correct. X plus x is equal to capital H and H, so we are using H as the shifted units here along x axis, so we are using x is equal to small x is equal to x plus h. This statement is correct. In case of translation of x's, which formula is correct? In case of x is equal to x cos theta minus y sin theta, this statement is correct, and here C is the correct option, and other formula are not correct. This is also not correct. D and B are not correct. So this statement we are put here x is equal to x cos theta minus y sin theta. We are using these two substitution in the translation of x axis. X is equal to x plus h in case of translation of x, and other in the trigonometric ratio, x is equal to small x is equal to x cos theta minus. Students, question number 59. In case of rotation, in the previous question we have done translation, but here rotation is required. In case of rotation, anti-clockwise or clockwise, so rotation of axis is which formula is correct? And this one case we are using capital F of x, capital X. Option B is the correct option. X is equal to cos theta plus y is equal to sin theta we are using here in case of theta plus y sin theta. What is the value of C? So here is confusing. We are using most of the students are confused here. This is parabola and ellipse or hyperbola. So the question is here y square divided by 16. If we arrange this question, so y square divided by 16 minus x square divided by 49 is equal to 1. So this question is belongs to hyperbola, not ellipse. Here a square is equal to 49 and b square is equal to 16. So what is the value of C in case of hyperbola? So we know that a square plus b square under the root. Here we will get here 49 plus 16, and we add this one 65 under root. So option C is here the correct option. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe my channel and share this video with your friends. Thanks once again for watching. Assalamualaikum all viewers.